Y'all kidnapped this lady. Y'all held the lady against her will. Y'all forced her to give birth without an epidural because it was a home birth. And you calling her the monster? Child, Helen looked at the baby like, all right, I'm out. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel, King Nikki TV, where I give you commentary on popular movies and TV shows. I'm sorry this video is so late, y'all, but you know, life been lifing. In this video, I will be chatting about The Baby, episode 5. Y'all, this episode for me was so freaking good. I was completely engaged in the story. We finally got Demon Baby's origin story, as well as the answer to what is Mrs. Eve's connection to the baby. But I still want to know how Natasha ended up at that dang cabin. That's the question on the top of my list. Because Mrs. Eve's telling Natasha not to smoke inside the cabin felt like a setup for Natasha to be outside to catch the baby. I don't know. That's my speculation. But anyway, the episode opens up showing us the inside of a woman's body or inside of her uterus. I think Demon Baby was a demon from the, conception. We see a married couple, Helen and Jack, in their home having dinner with Jack's father, brother, and pregnant sister-in-law, right? The phone rings, but when Jack picks up the phone, ain't nobody on the line. However, when it rings again and Helen answers the phone, we see a young Mrs. Eves on the other end of the phone. Y'all know the play back before cell phones. When you're cheating and you call and the wrong person pick up the phone, so you just don't say nothing. They make a plan to meet at the corner at midnight. But you know, with Helen talking in like a code, pretending she talking to somebody from church or something, y'all. During dinner, Jack's dad announces that he is dying. Then we see Helen and Jack in bed that night, the same night, with Jack trying to kiss Helen and wanting to be intimate. However, Helen is just not interested. She rolls over, and child, this is when Jack pulls out the guilt trip. You're repulsed by me. Jack tell her, you chose this neighborhood, this house, the curtains. You chose to work. You chose this life with me. So, do me. That's basically what he was saying. Though, I feel like, given the time period, I would say that with the pressures of heteronormativity, Helen likely didn't really have a real choice, per se, likely denying her attraction to women, even to herself, for very long. Jack tells her that they should have a baby. For him to come out with this idea, Jack obviously, he not paying attention. He not paying attention to Helen at all. He not paying attention to the marriage child. He ain't paying attention to nothing. You can tell by Helen's reaction to this idea, and even by her demeanor and reaction with her pregnant stepsister-in-law, pretty much like forces Helen to touch her pregnant belly at the dinner table. You can tell that pregnancy and the baby is the last thing Helen wants. She want a baby like she want a hole in the head, basically. Child, Jack started crying. He crying and saying, can't you say something? My father is dying. He tried to kiss her and she pulled away. What your daddy dying got to do with us about to get it on or whatever, child? I don't know. Look, if somebody don't want to have sex with me, then I wouldn't want them to. Like, this seemed weird. This whole setup, I don't know, that just feels disgusting. Why would you want to guilt trip, plead, coerce, etc. someone into having sex with you? Because the way she looked, I could just tell how the ish went down. Like, she would likely just laying there, but I guess he don't catch out. But anyway, Jack say, please, my love, please, it'll help me sleep. Wait, sleep? Nigga, you better go drink some NyQuil. So I'm supposed to just be intimate with you so you can go to sleep? Bro, what? Helen literally winces and doesn't want to, but she complies. Like, I don't want to do it, but I'm supposed to be your NyQuil. So we see Jack asleep and Helen sneaking out in the middle of the night with a packed bag. Outside, she meets up with the young Mrs. Eves, who is waiting in a van. Y'all, we see them pull up to the cabin by the cliff. It don't look as run down. Helen says, Jack does not know this place exists. I inherited it from my maiden aunt, Lizzie. Inherited it My aunt, Mrs. Lizzie Eves. So, in a kind of remembrance, I guess, Mrs. Eves, as we know her, named herself after Helen's maiden aunt. Now, I'm not sure why we didn't stay at this cabin. They go stay with friends of young Mrs. Eves, a house with women and kids living together. I guess this the lesbian lodge. When Helen thanks them for letting her stay there, one of the friends, Lynn, Miss Lynn girl, has an attitude about Helen being there. See, it look like Lynn, she not sipping her lips for nobody, biting her tongue for nobody. She like, this ain't no hotel where Helen can have a holiday from her rich husband. And she asked Miss Eves, baby, she called young Miss Eves out, and she like, why do you always go with the white girls? Does it make you feel good to think about her husband? Maybe you want everything he got. You want the nice house, the nice wife, and even a pair of pretty little kids. Child, she put Mrs. Eves on blast, baby. Lynn was going off. But the other ladies, they don't share the same sentiment as Liz. They tell Helen, if you need to stay, you stay. But baby, why we staying here, not at the cabin? I'm confused, whatever. But look, if we hiding out from her husband, why we not at the secluded cabin that he don't know exists? But whatever. Later on, when Helen and young Mrs. Eves are laying in bed, Helen asks, is it true you want kids? And Mrs. Eves tell her, yeah, I want a family one day. But what I found really interesting was when Helen asked Mrs. Eves, why does she want kids? And y'all, Miss Eves had no answer. She just was like, I don't even know. You want kids, whole little human beings, but you don't even know why. But I feel like a lot of women can't answer that question, why do you want kids? Because motherhood is something that is pretty much expected of women. Like, we're indoctrinated into this mentality that our purpose is to have kids. Like, it's just, you know, it's on your agenda. Like, you just know it's something you're supposed to do. So you have women saying, I want to have kids one day, but they can't even tell you why they want to have kids. So I thought this was interesting, especially, you know, in the series of motherhood that this is. But I wish they would have explored that a little more. And I sure wonder how Miss Eves feel now. You still want a baby, lady? You still want a baby? I don't know. It's just pretty crazy. Miss Eves wanted something. Can't even tell you why she wanted it. But now that she done known about Demon Baby, I just want to know if she still want to have a baby. So Helen goes to her job like it's a regular old day in the neighborhood at the library and end up getting fired, child, because Jack told her boss that Helen ran off with a woman. That she, you know, lesbian. And of course it's a family library, so they can't have a lesbian working there because how the kids gonna read if the librarian a lesbian? Yeah. And right in this moment, Helen suddenly throws up, you know, because she got a little demon seed in her. But y'all, I'm confused because, I mean, Helen girl, you don't know how to run away? How you still going to your same job, baby? If your husband can easily find you, then that ain't running away. And especially with her husband being wealthy and from a wealthy family. I mean, wealth means resources. Did Helen think Jack was gonna just let her leave? He need his NyQuil, girl. Did she think he wasn't gonna come after her? I mean, I thought that's why we went to the cabin by the cliff. Because it's a place we can stay that Jack don't know about. So, baby, why you at the library? I don't know, y'all. That was throwing me off. I mean, what were we trying to do? Hide in plain sight? We see Helen and young Mrs. Eves back at the house, you know, the lesbian lodge. We just hiding in plain sight. I'm trying to hide, but I'm at the place that's probably known in town as the lesbian house. It's a party going on. Suddenly, police knocking on the door and saying that they looking for a missing woman, aka Helen. And they say how the husband is looking for her because she got something that belong to him. And y'all know he's talking about his baby that he want. Y'all, how the hell Jack know she pregnant? How Jack know she pregnant, child? The women don't open the door, but the cops say there have been reports of the wife being seen in the area. Because, like I said, look at the time period. This is probably a known lesbian house. You still in town with your husband. Y'all, I can't. If you are running away from your husband, why are we in the same day in town, baby? Wouldn't you go states away or something, child? I don't know. Now, y'all, I don't know what the heck this was supposed to be, but a few women decide to go pee in some jars, like some mason jars, and they toss it out the window at the cops. That was so disgusting, child. What was this supposed to be? I don't even know. And Helen was so dumb, man. Do you think that would be it? Like, Jack was gonna just give up? Helen tells Mrs. E that she's pregnant, y'all, and has known for a while. And Mrs. E say, I thought you weren't sleeping with your husband, baby. Because, you know, when you have an affair with a married person, you don't want them sleeping with their spouse. You know how that works. But Mrs. Eves tells Helen that they can go to Liverpool and lay low for a while, both of them and the baby. She accepted your baby girl, but y'all, Helen give her a look like, nah, bitch, not the baby. That's how she was. And next thing we see them at a clinic, presumably for Helen to have an abortion. Once they call Helen back, Mrs. Eves leaves and says she'll be back in the morning to pick Helen up. Nah. Y'all, this ain't make no sense to me. As far as like being legal, but child, didn't look like the 60s or 70s, so I don't know, child. It was the Wild West back then, I suppose. So apparently Jack contacted hospitals and clinics or whatever looking for Helen. Y'all, why the doctor colludes with Jack, put Helen under and let Jack come kidnap the lady while she out cold? Baby, I don't understand. Y'all, Helen wake up drugged, realizing she ain't in the clinic, but she at home in bed. But y'all, what really threw me was Jack delusional behind. Insane. Going over to the bed and saying, Helen, you're safe now, and so is the baby. Safe? I left you, fool. I ran off. I was at the clinic to get rid of the baby. What are you talking about? We safe. And he was just, oh, y'all, I couldn't. So Helen asks if she can go to the bathroom. And once she closes the door, she starts crying. And y'all, she go to climb out the dang window. Now, I don't know what kind of flimsy doors and locks they had back then, because Jack and his little doctor friend got in the bathroom quicker than a mofo. Like, it ain't take nothing for them to get in there. Y'all, I was tripping. Baby trying to dive out the window, second story window, to get away from Jack. Jack, baby, she don't want to be with you, bruh. She would rather dive out the second story window. She just not that into you, Jack. So they drag Helen back to the bed and drug her up again. Hold on now, child. I thought you not supposed to give pregnant women all kinds of drugs and itch because it'll affect the baby. What kind of back alley doctor is this? Because he kept drugging her up. Y'all, they end up hiding her in there throughout her entire pregnancy. And we see her continuing to get injected with something as her belly just big. I want to know what they kept injecting her with, because it made demon baby. But I'm sitting here like, Jack is freaking insane. Jack in the box is insane. Helen is basically like catatonic. Bro, you not just home in a little happy family. Helen looked like a dang zombie, baby. Nah. We ain't need to see the baby coming through the dang birth canal. I ain't need to see that. But the baby is born goddamn drugged up with whatever they kept injecting Helen with. Born in freaking hatred and contempt. Born unwanted. The perfect storm, I suppose, to create a demon baby. I'm taking it that the writer is expressing with this episode the trauma of forced motherhood, abortion laws, etc. Y'all, this fool Jack is holding the baby while damn Helen laying there catatonic, miserable. Child, why she like that? Jack is in glee and happy. Y'all, this fool crazy. He fucking insane. Nah, I don't know what took so long for her to find Jack, but we see young Mrs. Eves run up on Jack outside somewhere, child. Child, Jack did better at hiding than Helen and Mrs. Eves did. So, this fool Jack in the box Tell her you made Helen sick. We brought her home to have the baby. Jack, baby. I really think he believed this ish. And he is evil for what he did with Helen, child. But I did not understand this part right here now, child. This next move from young Mrs. Eve, I don't understand. Young Mrs. Eve say, damn you, damn your father, damn your whole bloodline. Hold on now, baby. The woman you love just gave birth to a child that is that bloodline that you cursing, girl. She say, may you never know a day's happiness, and may your children be loveless and homeless. Now, hold on now, baby. Why you had to do the kids like that, girl? She say, may you die like a dog, choking on your own shame. Y'all, I can't. Now, there is a message in this because baby cursed him and ended up cursing herself. Because it is Mrs. Eve who has not known a day of happiness. And it's actually reminded me of some family foolishness I had this week where I had somebody say, F you and your kids. Like, that's what they said to this person. But y'all, you know that saying, when you out for revenge, dig two graves. Child, Mrs. Eve ended up cursing herself. But Jack, little weasel self, say, we know where you live. We know you got kids in there. I'd be careful if I was you. Hold on now, bro. You threatening the kids, my G? Y'all, Jack is a weasel. Like, he is. Child, the drugs, psycho Jack, forcing Helen to give birth, and the dang curse likely created the demon baby, y'all. It was just a perfect storm. I don't know what it is, but you know what? I kind of think the demon baby was a demon before all this even occurred. I really do. Like, the baby was that's why they showed us that little womb thing at the beginning. Even if Helen would have went through with the abortion, the baby wouldn't have died. The baby would have still been, they would have said, yeah, man, you had your abortion. Next thing you know, she would have been popping the baby out. He seemed like a demon from the beginning, but I don't know. Like, he was a demon in utero. Helen is laying in bed, catatonic, I don't know no other word for it, with the baby in the crib screaming and crying. Y'all, they done forced the poor girl to have the baby. Now they leave the baby in the room with her. When I tell you these people ain't got no damn sense, she in the bed, half dead, and they got the baby just screaming in the crib and there with her. How could this possibly be good for the dang baby? To be forced in here with this, like, come on now. Helen don't want the dang baby, y'all, but they steady trying to force her to want the baby. I don't know, y'all. Judy, the pregnant sister-in-law, walk in and pick up the baby. Now, y'all, hold on now. How does time work back in the 60s and 70s? Because Judy was pregnant before Helen, but Helen done had her baby, and Judy's still pregnant. What kind of timeline is that? Or was Judy pregnant and had her baby and now she pregnant again? I don't know. But if that's the case, where is Judy's baby? Y'all, why is Judy even here? I got my own baby. I'm not trying to take care of this grown behind woman who don't even want you, Jack, and take care of her baby. But anyways, Judy tell Helen to try nursing the baby right, and that she know Helen full of milk, and Judy knows she's sore and hurting, and that if she nursed the baby, it'll help ease the pressure. You know what I mean? Y'all, she talking to a zombie. So since Helen don't respond, Judy decides to just open up Helen's blouse for her. My G, this woman is sitting here like a zombie. And you think it's the right move to just open her blouse for her and what, force her to breast? You was gonna move the lady breast and put it in the baby mouth? To all them insane. Helen slapped her hand away. So Judy tell her the least she could do is hold the baby, right? So Judy put the baby down on the bed. Y'all, I thought Helen was going to toss the baby on the floor. I did. I'm for real. I thought Helen was going to kill the baby. And then Demon Baby would, come back and just appear somewhere. I really thought she was going to kill the baby. But Helen don't touch the baby. She just starts screaming at Judy to get him off her. Like, nah, back this little nigga up. I don't want him near me. And y'all, Judy got the nerve to say to Helen, you a monster. Yo, y'all kidnapped this lady. Y'all held the lady against her will. Y'all forced her to give birth without an epidural because it was a home birth. And you calling her the monster? I can't. So we see Jack walk in a room what appears to be a different day. Again, the baby in the crib screaming and crying while Helen just laying in the bed looking miserable, child. Jack say, we going to Dad's funeral. We'll only be an hour. Judy will stay with you and the baby. It was so outlandish to me how Jack was acting like it was just normal. Like everything was on the up and up. She your prisoner, bruh. And I mean, what was the plan? To hold Helen prisoner forever till she hold that baby? Who was gonna raise the baby while Helen was laying in the bed catatonic? What was the end game? So Helen ended up saying she hungry, and Jack sent Judy off to do the bidding, you know, get the breakfast. But child, why was he feeding Helen? She can't feed herself? I don't know. So Helen tell him, I'm sorry about your father. He was a good man. And I was sitting there like, hold on now, girl. Why is you giving him any type of nicety to, like, I don't understand. But Jack leave for the funeral, and Helen asked Judy if she could call her sister. That it's her sister's birthday, and she hadn't spoken to her sister in a long time. Now, I don't know what kind of flimsy sister this is, that her sister been held hostage for a whole day in pregnancy, and she don't know what's going on. But girl, Helen got a sister, y'all. But I was sitting like, oh, okay, girl, I see what you was doing. I see why you was playing nice. Got it. Judy get the phone and bring it over to the bed. But, you know, Judy dials the number for Helen. But, of course, it's Mrs. Eves and not the little sister. Speaking in some sort of, you know, code, they make a plan to meet up at the cabin, right? But once Helen hang up the phone, Judy is like, nah, bitch, you can't play me. I know the games. And she pull a redial. And of course, Mrs. Eves answered the phone talking about, I'm coming to get you. Child, Helen stabbed Judy in the neck, y'all. And what y'all think the baby did? The baby giggled. The dang baby giggles. And y'all know he always giggling when people die. But I was flabbergasted because I was like, hold on, no, wait. Judy pregnant. Lord Jesus, Helen done killed a pregnant woman. Y'all, I was tripping. Like, I was like, okay, now, I ain't got nobody to root for in this story, baby. You ain't have to kill the pregnant lady. You could have knocked over the head. So Helen go over to the crib and the baby reaches out for her, right? But Helen just turned to leave. Child, Helen looked at the baby like, all right, I'm out. She chucked the deuces. The baby started crying as Helen leaving out. Child, as Helen running out, she run into Jack at the top of the stairs, who came back because he forgot the eulogy. Child, Helen tossed his ass down the stairs. But that wasn't good enough for me, though. I wanted Jack to suffer. That was an easy out for him. He pretty much just died instantly. But now all these extra random women in the world got to be cursed by his bloodline baby. I wanted Jack and his brother to come home from a funeral and find Judah dead, Helen gone, and I wanted the baby that Jack forced Helen to have to kill him and his brother. That was how I would have wrote it. When Helen meets up with young Mrs. Eves at the cabin, she says, it's not my baby. All right, homie? And Helen tell her that Jack is dead. Mrs. Eves asks, what a baby? And this is when we see Jack laying dead at the bottom of the stairs, y'all. Judy laying dead on the bed, and the crib is empty. Then we see it's nighttime, right? And Helen and young Mrs. Eves is in the bed sleep. We think I don't know why we ain't skipped town. She murdered people, but whatever. When Helen wake up, she find Demon Baby on the floor of the cabin, y'all. Child, Helen walked right past the crying baby. Nothing can make Helen hold this baby, y'all. Mrs. Eves wakes up to the sound of the baby crying. She run outside calling for Helen. You know the little flashback scene we got last episode. And we see Helen drowning, floating in the ocean, y'all. When young Mrs. Eves goes back inside the cabin, the demon baby is gone. Now, I have been highly disappointed with the last two episodes. Y'all know that if you saw the last two videos I did. But I actually really enjoyed this episode. Like I'm hype again for the series. Now, hopefully though, we could keep the momentum going and they will finish out the season strong. Y'all, how do we beat Demon Baby? Because I'm not sure he could even be killed. Like I said, I don't think that abortion would have killed him. I don't. If you try and kill Demon Baby, likely just his host will die, but not him. Whatever woman he currently latched on to, right? The way Natasha couldn't breathe when Mrs. Eves was suffocating the baby. And Mrs. Eves was there from the beginning, but it don't seem to me like she got any special insight into how to end this thing. She feeling a little useless to me at this point. She don't know nothing about nothing on nothing. Do y'all think Demon Baby was a demon from conception? Or do y'all think it was the acts of his mother and father and Mrs. E's curse that made him a demon baby? Because I think he was Demon Baby from the get-go. From the egg being fertilized, he was the demon. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you like my content, make sure you hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.